I feel like we're gonna find some pretty good power-ups today. Starting off at only 17 damage. The first idiots have come to say hello, they're already dead, time for an upgrade. So we're gonna take Salvo. Salvo is one of my absolute favorites because I can be very lazy with it. I sit here and wait and then I fire all the rockets at once.
Soon you'll be dead.
Don't even have to aim or think. Then by the time more enemies show up, I'm ready to go with a lot more rockets. And if I get the other upgrades that synergize nicely, this could be a way overpowered build. But you get the idea. Just salvo after salvo after salvo. For our shield upgrade, we're going to take Reflect. Reflects enemies' projectiles with boosted power, so basically it shoots things back at them. And this has always been one that I've really liked, because then basically enemies kill themselves. So far so good, we're on wave 10, and nothing's really pushing us too hard yet, but it's still quite early on. Things like this are going to be annoying because it's hard to get the salvo all the way into the root of the problem here. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a minute. Next, we get to pick a new body. Then I think we're going to take Assault. When you fire your weapon, 8% chance of being empowered, so it's kind of like a critical hit. We fire a lot. 15% improved rate of fire, projectile speed, and velocity. But this is going to help us do more damage and fire quicker, because now our salvers are going to stack up quicker. There's 30 rockets already. Plus, some of those have got to be empowered, and if they're empowered, they're going to do extra damage. And you can never have enough damage. It will eventually start getting crazier and crazier, but by that point I'm hoping we're way overpowered. So next we're going to take 20% projectile velocity and 5% weapon damage. I haven't really noticed what they're hitting for. Looks like about 94 each, so that's a big step up already from where we started at 17. Next we're going to take Calibrate. Calibrates your weapon while not firing. That's going to be a good one because we wait in between firing anyway, so we're going to do extra damage on a lot of these. And I think this is our first boss fight, and he's already about half dead, so we're going to fire more rockets into his face. We're going to dodge that, and then we're going to fire more rockets into his face. One more little salvo should about take care of him. That was easy. Then we'll take care of this guy too. Enemies are definitely coming in a little bit hotter now, but that's okay. As long as we have damage, we'll just go right on through them all. Next, we're going to take Snipe. Causes projectiles to deal more damage the farther targets are away. And then we're also going to take Rapid Fire, because I want to be a glass cannon, so now the salvo is going to stack up even quicker. And the further things are away, the more damage. I saw one go up for 150. Then we're going to take Magnitude, increases projectile size, damage, and blast radius. So bigger explosions, and those are quick now. Look how quick they get to where they're going. Then Incendiary Strike, causes your weapon hits to ignite targets. So if anything does actually survive, they'll then be on fire, which is not something you want to be when you're in space. Definitely starting to get some stronger, trickier enemies now. These guys in particular can absorb a shot for sure. I've got to be sure to get a lot of my rockets going into them. And they're very narrow, so they're hard to hit. Okay, let's take Payload. Greatly increased weapon damage, increases projectile size and blast radius. I'm mostly after the damage, because as always, I'm hoping my damage can make up for my lack of skill. Gonna have to start upgrading some defensive stuff too at some point. I'm just gonna take improved shield cooldown for now, just because I'm gonna need some defenses, because things are gonna start to hit really hard. And I feel like we're doing ample damage so far, so I'm not really worried about damage yet. Next, I'm going to take Allied, lets you assemble and deploy an advanced autonomous ally. And he's going to help me out in the fight, and also probably just absorb a lot of damage on my behalf. If he can take some of the damage instead of me, that's great for me. So next I'm going to take Kinetic Boost, causes global damage to increase as your speed does. I think that's basically saying, as we move faster, we do more damage, so we need speed boosts as well. But I'm also going to take Incandescence, that way we can do more burn damage, because we light things on fire. Oh, we're this big guy already. Alright, well we're going to wander inside because he's awfully weak on the inside. Then we're just going to fire at these things because I know these are his weak spots. And so far we're taking very big bites out of his health. And he's dead. I'm not really sure what Purge is, I've never seen it before. It causes crash damage dealt to a burning enemy to create a caustic nova. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds like fun. And these guys with their fancy shield, but basically we just kind of go boop. And then they die. Now I'm going to take Aegis, grants damage resistance when you're not thrusting. I'm not currently thrusting, so I get an extra shield, because I can actually sit still a lot because of salvo. I don't need to move a lot. I can just sit here and fire on things. They'll come to me eventually. These guys are going to try and lunge at me, but they're going to get a face full of rockets. And that's while I'm not thrusting. My little friend is also not absorbing as many bullets as I would like, so I might have to talk to him about that. Next, I think we're going to take a turret. Lets you assemble and deploy a rapid fire machine turret. There we go, he's out there in the world, so now he can fire on things too. At least help get a different angle on things and do a little damage from things that I'm not hitting. Like this guy down here, he's just getting fired on. Like I barely even had to shoot him, so that's pretty helpful. The next boss is here. He's definitely a little bit tougher, so we're going to tread a little bit carefully around him. As long as we got our salvo going strong, I think we'll be okay. Especially considering how far away we can sit and still fire on him. Going out of control, and that might kill him. No, one more. There it is. Nothing too difficult yet, but definitely getting harder. So I'm going to need to work on my damage and many things. Next, I'm going to take improved targeting. So now my salvo can target things hopefully more efficiently, because the more things I'm hitting with each one of those rockets, the more damage we're going to do. I really like my little machine gun turret. He's really working hard down there. Now we're going to upgrade that little turret to War Machine, causes turrets to fire missiles and scale the rate of fire rotation speed with your level. Okay, I got him back and there he goes, firing off his little volley of rockets and stuff himself. As I get stronger, he'll get stronger. And between the two of us, we're going to kill everything.
What about me? It isn't fair.
Still a lot of enemies, but nothing that's really challenging me too bad. This one's kind of interesting. Purification, increase burn damage and ignite duration, so they burn for longer, and I recover hull and shields for burning enemies. So whenever something's on fire, I'm actually healing myself. And we're gonna have a lot of things on fire, because I fire a lot of rockets at once. Not really sure what this thing is. It gets very chaotic at times. It's hard to see where I am compared to other things. Got it. Okay. Wait, I thought we had it defeated. Now? This thing's got a lot of health. I think I gotta wait for it to open and then... Yeah, there we go. Right in the moneymaker. Not even sure what that thing is. Then I'm gonna take Evasion, let your ally dodge enemy attacks. That's probably helpful for them. If they're just sitting there getting hit, they're gonna die quick. Next, I'm also gonna take Corrosion. Causes your damage to apply corrosive stacks. So not only are things burning, they're also corroded. So they're taking damage over time multiple ways. And I don't know if they stack like per rocket, but I fire a lot of rockets all at once. And we're starting to get into the landmine type of area, but that's okay. As long as I don't do anything too drastic, I'll be okay. Luckily, I do have this shield when I'm not moving much, and that makes me feel better. It's when I start moving that I start losing track and running into things that I should not be running into. I think we're going to try drones this time. Lets you assemble and deploy automated drones. So that's kind of nice. And the next boss is this. And we haven't even hurt him yet. I don't know if we need to get behind it or how we hurt this thing yet. Ow. I don't really remember, but it's probably not like that. I assume it's getting right up in that area. Yep, that seems to hurt it pretty bad. Does not like when I get behind it. Ow. So far lots of damage going down though. See, that's what I mean. When I start getting out of control, it's very hard to kind of correct yourself. Okay, let's stay away from him. Getting around the back again. With a big salvo. Uh-oh. Can we just finish this off? Yep. Really glad we got away with that. And we're just going to keep on trucking. Can't believe I didn't get an upgrade out of that though. I think I deserve one after all that. Next I'm going to take rocket drones, make drones fire rockets instead of bullets. That sounds very helpful. Because I fire rockets and I do pretty well for myself. We're going to have to fight through these guys too. Okay, that's a lot of those guys. Let's move just a little bit. There we are. We're doing so good this time. Mostly because of my lazy but overpowered salvo of rockets. Really just allows me to sit way over here and do this almost the entire time until these show up, but then we just gotta kind of sneak around them and go like that. Even my something is able to destroy those straight up. Then I think we're gonna increase the drone hull, so they're gonna be a little bit stronger. I haven't noticed them dying a lot, but they do die occasionally, and that sucks because when they're up, they're actually a big help. I don't really like the look at that thing. Yep, okay, things are getting a little chaotic. Just stay calm, nothing to worry about. Just a giant thing trying to obliterate you. Gotta get behind it. There we go. That did it. Just gotta stay calm. Enemies are definitely coming in. Wow, look at them all now. The entire screen is enemies. I don't even know where to go with this. Maybe over here? I guess as long as I can fire myself, we'll take care of these real quick. Okay, we're gonna take advanced engineering. Make your drones become more powerful as you do. So I don't know if that applies to everything, but it's going to make other things stronger. And that's going to help me because they can do things like that. Look at this guy. He's got almost a full shield around him. Oh, my little machine gun just obliterated him. I think my little friends are killing more than I am at this point. They're so strong. Between me and the drones, though, there's a lot of damage going out, and they're actually blocking a lot of damage coming in. For example, look at them go. They're obliterating lots of these. Not all of them because there's a ton, but they're definitely keeping the numbers down, and that's good for me. Let's try counter-artillery. Causes turret bullets to collide with enemy projectiles, degenerating their damage and size or destroying them outright. So that's going to stop stuff from getting to me. At least I think it is. If it works the way I think it's going to be a big help. I remember him. He was a boss. He's got to be close to hit me, so if we fire big salvos at him, he's pretty doomed. I can't see his health. But I suspect he's, probably running low. Should probably actually just worry about killing him though, otherwise enemies are going to spawn and then I'm going to have to fight a million things. That's not good. Stay way far away from these. These are usually what kill me because I'm too stupid to stay away from them properly. And the singularity is gone. Not really sure what that guy was. I've seen the worms before, but never with lasers attached to them. Next, evolution, make your ally construct become stronger as you do. So hopefully that just leveled him up a whole bunch. That guy just got destroyed by meteors, which is kind of funny. Normally that's what happens to me. It's getting very chaotic. I don't know what this thing is. It's very strong though. I'm just hoping my damage will be enough to carry me through this. And also my little drones can really annoy this guy. My drones seem to be annoying him enough that he's having trouble like maneuvering, and that's a big help to me. Okay, we're going to hide from that for a second, and we're going to hide from that for a second, and we're going to move over here, and we're just going to keep firing that salvo out, hoping at some point to really do some major damage. He's down to a little under half health. If I get close, I can get a whole salvo in on him, and that really hurts him. Next, I'm going to take Improve Regeneration Rate for my shield. That's a very simple upgrade, but it's one that I feel like I very much need. Don't worry, things are under control. Not much health left, just got to get right behind him with a big salvo. Almost dead. This guy was actually really hard to fight. Oh, I thought I died there. That scared me. He died. But that makes me nervous. That makes me feel like I still need a lot more damage. And there's only so many more things I can do. Interceptor transforms your ally construct into an interceptor that fires your weapon in addition to its own. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's better or worse, but that's something we did. Okay, let's avoid whatever's spawning in for a second. Though we... Whoops, just took most of its health off in one salvo. Yeah, our damage is not bad at all. These little drones are actually super useful in so many different ways. It'd be fun to have a build with more of them, because they basically fire on everything like this, and those bullets block their bullets too. Like, I'm at the point right now where I don't really have to do much of anything. They're taking care of almost everything for me. Definitely getting a nice variety of enemies showing up suddenly, and that's kind of annoying. But I think we're going to be okay. Okay, this guy might be a bit of a problem, because they're very strong. And he's dead. Alright. There's something spawning in. Yep, it's one of those. That's not good. My hull is very damaged. I need to not get hit for a second while things regenerate. Oh, that's not good. We gotta move. Okay, we're back to about health though, so we're alright. Let's fire a big salvo at him. Ow! I didn't realize I was sitting in his laser. That's pretty annoying. Okay, let's do this again, but this time we're gonna use the grenades. This again feels like a bit of another lazy build, because I don't really have to try that hard with it, at least not yet. Then for shield, to add to my grenades, we're going to add Halo, a searing hot ring that burns targets within its effect radius. So if anything gets close enough to me, which they might, they're also going to be incinerated very quickly, and that's going to be bad for them. Okay, then we've got a body called Battery. It fires extra projectiles and does extra damage. I can fire grenades out the sides, which is kind of weird. That's going to be awkward to aim, but that's a ton of damage considering how many extra projectiles we're firing. So let's try a volley then. Let's you fire more projectiles. It makes them slower and weaker, but there's going to be more of them. Instead of firing one super grenade, we're firing 6 that are going to do lots of damage. Just going to be a little awkward to try and aim. But if we time it right, we can hit multiple things at once. Then we're going to bring in a little drone to help us out, because he's going to fly around, killing the things that we're too lazy to bother with. Also going to need a faster rate of fire. This is okay right now, but once I miss, it's annoying because then it takes a second to be able to fire again. Okay, one of our first tests is going to be this guy. Definitely not doing as much damage as last time, but if we stay up close to him, we can actually burn him and hit him with all of our grenades. Come back, don't you want to play? This is a very awkward build to use. Don't worry with it. Once we get a few upgrades, this is going to be really fun. Next, I'm going to take Firing Array, strengthens essential projectile and volley, increase projectile spread. Now it looks like that, and they do a weird like thing so they can hit things better. Basically, it's kind of like a shotgun now. Okay, here's what I've been looking for: increase rate of fire. Now we can fire a little quicker. That's that's much better. And I need to start remembering that I have the ability to burn things up close. Like a lot of things burn before they even get to touch me. Next, we're going to get the maximum upgrade here. Fusillade doubles base projectiles. So we now fire that many. For anything particularly big and strong, we'll just get close enough to them where we start to incinerate them, and then our grenades will do the rest. Then we're going to go targeting. Adds or improve projectile targeting. So they're actually going to target things somewhat now. It's probably not going to be great, but it's going to be enough to steer them into a little bit of extra stuff. Well, that's good enough for me. Then we might as well add homing strike to this. I don't really know what I'm building anymore. Lets you attack with a single weapon projectile from each side of your broadside. So now we fire 5 grenades per side. So we're really just firing a lot of grenades out into space and hoping they hit something. But that's actually probably going to work out not bad overall, because that's just a ton of damage to be putting out there. Then we're going to increase projectile size, damage, and blast radius. Okay, now it's time to get a revenge on this guy. We're going to go right inside and hopefully just really destroy him. But so far so good. We're doing lots of damage to him. Trying to stay out of the laser, a little out of control. There we are. It's all about placing those grenades in the right spots. This is such a weird out of control build. We're just filling things with grenades and hoping they hit stuff. Okay, let's take the drones, the automated drones, and then we get another upgrade right away. So greatly increase weapon damage, projectile size, and blast radius. Ow, so this could be fun. Could also be really dangerous for me because I'm going to get really excited with this. Next, we're going to take a turret, because the more things I can have out there helping me, the better. So while we're at it, let's do Convergence. Adds additional projectiles, improves targeting and projectile speed. So now we're firing even more grenades, which I think is probably good at this point. It's hard to really say. That seems to work great. Oh, we're onto this guy already. All right, well, we're going to get around behind you. I mean, this seems like it'll work not bad. Ow. Okay, never mind. He does a lot of damage backwards. Okay, I've got a fun new build that's basically two-shotting everything so far with a railgun, even the very strong enemies so far. So as long as I keep this up, we're going to be in good shape. I'm going to like this build, provided I don't run into something and die, which can happen fairly easily. I've just taken more shield generation. That's kind of cool when you line up a shot straight down the snakes. Next, we're going to take Payload, increase weapon damage, projectile size, and blast radius. Basically, I want the extra damage out of that. This isn't going to be good for like AoE, but it's good for singular damage. When I want to kill one thing, I can do it very quickly. Once there's a swarm of things though, I'm going to struggle. I'm also going to add Absorption, provides damage reduction plating. So I guess we're going to take less damage. And this is also going to give me resistance to hull damage and increase crash damage and give it blast radius. So that's basically just going to make me tougher. I wouldn't mind like a machine gun drone though to help me thin out the pack when we got a lot of these guys going on. We can shoot through his shield. That's kind of handy. That takes a lot of the effort out. And we can definitely take them out without too much issue, especially when they're further away. There's 700 damage. Yeah, I'm also going to bring a turret into the mix. That way they can start thinning out waves just like this. Because that's a lot for me to deal with when I'm firing one super laser at a time. These are going to be an annoying combination. I can take him out though. And with him it should just be a few hits. I think they have about 2,000 health, which is only a few hits if we're a good distance away. Yeah, I always end up building a glass cannon, but I like that damage. Okay, now we have multiple problems. Whoops, didn't mean to run into him. I really am my own worst enemy at this. Now, if we hit him from way up here, we'll be doing 800 damage per shot. Got him. And then I just upgraded my turrets, so they're going to be a little bit stronger. Wow, this one's extra strong. I don't know why he's absorbing so many shots. Anyways, back to business. We'll just go ahead and absolutely obliterate everything. This is a very fun build. A little bit stressful, but very fun. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try Juggernaut since I'm already quick. That's going to make me larger, tougher, and slower. But I think I'm going to need the extra toughness. I didn't really think about that turning radius, though. It kind of sucks if I'm slow to turn. I need to be able to turn to fire on things. I guess now I'm just going to do Evasion so my allies can dodge attacks. I guess that'll be good for them. I don't really know. They mostly fend for themselves. Whoops, and that's fine by me. Got a pretty strong enemy here. I'm not sure why he's so strong. Once he opens up though, he gets obliterated. And the waves are starting to get busier and busier again. We're gonna work our way through. Yep, that's all working out not bad actually. Oh, and we're back to this big idiot again. But this time we can fire straight through him from way over here. And when he gets close, we're gonna get out of the way. Because we can still hit him from basically wherever we want. We just want direct hits on his backside, I'm pretty sure. We just want to be careful not to get too close. Yeah, that's where the damage is going to come in. Yeah, that's better. And he's dead. That felt much easier. But everything feels pretty weak compared to this right now. We're just so much experience and so many upgrades. So I just made my allies a little stronger. Then we're going to do a bigger shield effect radius. So I think that's going to help keep me alive a little bit. Other than that, I'm just going to sit here and snipe things in a very satisfying manner. Oh, I forgot about this big guy too. Well, once he gets a little closer, we're getting behind him. We need to draw him over here because we can hardly hurt him. Because he is very strong on the front. Now we're starting to get some damage in on him. Just got to avoid all of the rockets and hit his weak spots. The tricky thing with him is we got to stay so close to him that I'm having trouble doing my full damage potential. But I think this is going to be a good little bit of damage. Man, this guy is so strong. I don't know what part of him we're supposed to be hitting right now. I think my attacks are somewhat piercing though. Like I think they're going through multiple parts of him. So that's just fine. I've also just turned one of my turrets into a war machine for whatever that means. And I've taken out some of his. Yeah, so now my turret just fires rapid fire at him like that, which is very helpful for me. Now I think I can just finish him off while also taking out him before he annoys me. Whoops. Yep, that was all my little turret at the end. Wow, this one's a lot tougher. But they're only going to last so long. It's inevitable. Okay, so now we've got one of these with other things around it. And that's not very fun for me. That's kind of stressful. And now our little turret actually reduces enemy bullets. If any of those rapid fire bullets block enemy bullets, that's all the better for us. That's just less damage we have to put up with. The waves are definitely getting stronger now. My damage seems to be holding up not bad though, as long as I'm landing shots on idiots. I kind of regret making myself this big though, like it adds toughness, which is great, but I like maneuverability is so important for a build like this because I need to be far away to do my damage. Ooh, this is going to be good for these guys because I can fire right down them. Never mind, I thought I could. Wow, these guys are tough. I've also added corrosion damage, so now everything I hit's going to start corroding very slowly. We got another one of these big spiky morons, so we're going to slowly go this way to lure him right to where I want him, right about there. That's a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully I'm not dying too badly yet. Okay, we're going to go way over here, and then we're going to hit him from way out here, and then the meteorites are going to hit him. So that's pretty satisfying. Then we're going to shoot through that guy's shield and destroy the rest of the bombs. Yeah, there's a lot to see. It's very hard to keep up with this all. This is wave 100, so this is when this guy comes in, and we all know how annoying this guy is, so we're going to stay way far away from him when we can, because we can do all of our big damage from way far away, and this is why I wish I had more movement speed right now, because that's going to hurt. Don't hit those. We need to stay like behind him, sort of, but that's easier said than done because he teleports. But we're doing plenty of damage so far. We just hit him for 928. So yeah, as long as we're staying kind of behind him or beside him, he has trouble really hurting me with his lasers. Plus our little thing is just slowly, you know, constantly picking away at him, and he's dead. And I just got something that's apparently going to help my little friend really avoid enemy damage. That's great. The less damage he has to deal with, the better. This is a new enemy. He's kind of like the ramming guys, but instead of ramming you, he opens his mouth with a laser. And we got another big boy, so we're going to very carefully deal with all this. I can't see where my cursor is anymore. There's a lot going on. Okay, we blew up big boy. Now we got one of these coming in. He's also dead. I'm also making... Ooh, that was a cool shot. One of my drones is now firing rockets instead of bullets. So hopefully that's not a bad idea, but in theory that should just be a pure upgrade. And I think I just gave my interceptor, this little guy, a railgun like I have. So hopefully he's going to be doing a lot more damage, because that would be hilarious if he was doing the same thing I am. These ones are very satisfying because I can one-shot these no problem. And we got another one of these guys, but shouldn't be too much of a problem because we've got a lot of damage. These guys are always super annoying though, especially because they can't tend to come with a swarm of enemies like this, and things are very chaotic for a second. And then it's very hard to see what I'm doing at that point. Here's another one of these weird guys that I don't really see very often. I don't really know what it is he's going to do. It's not like a boss, but it's like a mini boss. That's a bad spot for me to be. Ow. It's hard to know what to do when I don't know what he's going to do, but he seems to have exploded, so that's okay by me. Okay, whatever this is, it's moving fairly quickly, and that makes it hard for me to hit. But my turrets took him out. I basically just dodged the attack, so my little turrets destroyed him. Alright, we got another one of these guys way over here. I'm hitting him for about 1,000 damage a shot, so he shouldn't last very long at all. Especially all my friends are sitting there just hitting him with all of their damage. So I'm now doing more burn damage, and every time something's burning... Oh, that's not good. I thought that was going to kill me. Well, it almost did. But as things are burning, I recover health and shield. I just ran right into that. Well, that was a fun build, and highest damage was 1,790. Total damage, 2,200,000.